Hi, welcome back, Business 130, Business Comm students here at EC3PA. All right, so we are now entering into week 7 of our 8-week course. And so hopefully you are caught up on all the items that have been from the previous chapters. I'm going through homework from week 6. I know a lot of you turned that in last night. And so I will get that posted up there for you soon. In the next day or two, I will have those homework assignments posted for you. Now, this week, skipping over here. Okay, so when you go into Blackboard this week, you will see there are a few things that I have up there for you. First of all, let me talk about what is going on with the textbook in chapters 13 and 14. So chapter 13, I do have some questions up there for you. These now, chapters 13 and 14, we start to talk about, these are the last 2 chapters we'll be doing. 13, the job search, resumes and cover letters, right? So we're going to practice those items. That's part of how you communicate to the world in a larger sense if you are looking for, or if you're working in management. But if you're looking for a new job, how do you do that? How do you write a good resume? And also cover messages. And then 14, interviewing and the follow-up. So really our homework for this week, we'll have some questions, but we are getting into those final 2 weeks, and our final projects consist of resume writing and also interview questions. And so last week I mentioned to you about getting your interview questions ready. And so in week 7 or in week 6, I had you look at first to start thinking about your current resume, and then also your mock interview project that you were sending in to me, and just a quick review on that mock interview project that you, for Business 130 students, thinking about your industry and your job that you would like to have, and then backtracking and thinking about what kind of questions would if I was interviewing for the job, would I want to ask? And so that was last week. So I'm looking through those as well, and I will have those homework assignments posted up on Blackboard by the end of the week so you can keep track of your grade and what you have turned in and what you don't. You guys are doing a great job. I know this 8-week course is a very fast pace, but look at, we are already into week 7 of 8 weeks. So you will not have any new material next week, but we'll be finishing up our projects and then working on the final exam. All right, so for this week, again, 13 and 14. 13 really goes into, formatting, how you focus on things. The text talks a lot about having like, a LinkedIn account, having your own website, things like that, and making sure that you have some sort of digital footprint that's professional and you tie it to your resume. And so when you're thinking about and you're working on for this week, your current resume, really the goal is, you're going to read through the text, you'll do a few questions from the homework, but this week I really want you to be thinking about your resume. And, you can't really get it wrong. I'm not looking to, be critical of your resume, but, how do you set up the components that you would like an employer to see? And how do you craft it into something that's somewhat artistic and, captures that recruiter? And so thinking about how you might format, you can use tools all over the internet. You can use tools on your computer, whatever. You could talk to Mary Howells in the library. She loves helping with resume writing. So you can use any of those. But I want you to, this week, you're going to be sending me some sort of rough draft resume that you have. Okay. And so then I'll work on that and get that back to you so we can have you leave this course with a decent, or at least we're doing exercises in resume writing so that you can leave this course with a better idea and a better resume, a better idea of where you want to go with your resume, and, really leave with a better resume. And so this week we're going to focus on that. And then in 14, more about the interviewing. And so some of those homework questions are tied into the interview process and the follow-up and things that you might want to think about while you are being interviewed. Now, week 8, I already have that available too. The discussion is up there. And really, that is more of a reflection of the things that you did in your interview questions. And so that discussion 3 is up there for you to kind of reflect on the questions that you chose and then put those out there for the rest of the class to review. Put that reflection out there. So that is the discussion 3. And then next week on Tuesday, I will be revealing the final exam as well. So that will be the things that we're working on. And we will be finishing up your resume so that you need to get the rough draft to me this week so that I can do some reviewing, get it back to you, and you can hand it in to me by the end of next week, the end of week 8, or the end of that eighth week, which is our last day is the 17th. Things will be due on the 17th. Everything will be due, right? The final exam, any homework maybe that you missed that you want to make sure you at least get partial credit for, finishing up any discussions maybe that you missed, things like that. Making sure that you get your mock interview questions into me and have those all in. Make sure that you have your final resume or final-ish resume into me. And so we'll be kind of going back and forth with that resume this week. So if you want to send that out to me, make sure in the subject, in the email, you put in there Business 130 and you put resume. So I know, and I'm on that, so I can get that back to you as soon as possible during the week this week. Okay. So questions for me this week. There's a couple video links there for you. And, the other thing is to make sure that you're highlighting your soft skills in your resume. When I pulled together this curriculum committee advisory board of local business owners and business leaders, business managers, one of the things that was pretty much across the board for these individuals was that students coming out of EC3, students coming out of everywhere, but in particular because it was directed at us, we really want to see some great soft skills because that is what we are lacking in our local, economy, really, and in our with our folks that are looking for employment or already employed. Really honing those soft skills, especially post-COVID now, since we've spent so much time apart, right? So anyway, be thinking about how you highlight the soft skills that you have in your resume. All right, questions for me, you can reach out at crobertson@ec3pa.org or text me 814-490-6473. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I will circle back around later in the week, Thursday, Friday, make sure everybody is keeping up with the end of the term workload and making sure that you're keeping up with the reading and you have all your ducks in a row. Have a great afternoon. We're up to 46 degrees and it is getting a little sunny outside, so that is great to see.